Hello everyone! Today we are going to be making these Christmas themed, wintry little, holly leaves and oranges nails. I got a new camera, so bear with me as I figure out how to use it properly. So we're going to start off with 3 coats of a very sheer pink. And now we are going to move on to making the black line that we will end up putting a golden chrome over. You can make it as thin or as thick as you want to. I wanted to make it thick enough that you can see the chrome from looking like top down. Alright, and now we move on to chroming. So I cured my black line here for approximately 20 seconds because it's black, and so it takes a little bit longer to get to the appropriate tackiness level. But you should look at the bottle and see what your bottle says about how long it takes to cure and what have you. And I am using a silicone tipped sculpting tool to rub it on there. Hi, Minnie Moon. How you doing, pretty kitty? And now I am moving on to the sculpting stage. So right now I'm taking some green sculpting gel and making the pine needles. I'm just going to take a little bit and roll it across the back of my hand. But if you're going to be messing around with sculpting things in your hands, you want to be sure that you're wearing at least 6 millimeter thick nitrile gloves. The thickness is important. Alright, and now in a red, I'm going to be making some small red balls. Those are going to be our holly berries. And then in a yellow, I'm going to be making some much larger yellow balls. Those will be our oranges. So once I have them sculpted, I'm going to take a needle and gently pick them up with the tip of the needle. And then with a separate needle, we are going to stab the texture of the orange onto the little ball of clay. Well, not clay, acrylic. And then we will paint it orange. We have a nice orangey orange now. Now with some rhinestone glue, I am going to place down a good little blob and start placing it down our oranges. So we have a round one, and then one with a flat side, so that's going to be a cut orange. And we're gonna paint the white part onto the cut orange. You know, all that, is it pith is the right word? I don't know, but all that white hair that's on the orange. And I like to add a little bit of clear acrylic just to give it a little bit of dimension. You can have it cut just a wee bit or a lot of it, like this one. Alright, and now we are going to apply some more glue so we can move on to the little holly leaves or pine needles, holly needles, these little green parts. So we are going to fashion them in a V shape. I'm going to stick them in between the oranges. And then with the next set, we are going to fashion those in a V shape inside of that V, as you can see. And then we can just gently move it around with our tweezers. And then for the last leaf, just right in the center of the V, sticking out lower than the rest, and that will be the end of the little branch. We're going to do that on both sides. Alright, now we're going to forget that we were going to paint the needles a darker green before we started gluing down berries, because that's easier, and start gluing down berries now. So around the oranges, I like to do bushels of 2 to 3. So on the top here we're going to have 2, and on the bottom we are going to have 3. And then I'm going to remember that I wanted to paint them. So now we're going to paint them a dark green. I'm doing kind of a light coating because I want some of the light green to almost shine through. I just think it adds for a little bit better of a color dimension. And here we have it. This is what it looks like in a full hand. I hope you enjoyed. Please like and subscribe. Feel free to leave a comment telling me what you think or what you'd like to see next. Have a good night.